How you doing? It's Blaine with Second Hour Wood Stoves. Wanted to show you the largest stove that we have in the Peterson Outdoor camping line. This is the Big Alaska, and this is actually a specialty stove. Not something that you're probably going to find in most of your campsites, but there are those sites that would actually use something like this. This stove is a fully functioning wood stove, but like your grandparents and great-grandparents actually cooked on, this is also designed as a cooking stove. You actually have in this a fully functioning wood stove. Okay, the air damper's been increased in size to allow for better burn, and what you have is a cooktop right here. This cooktop you can use for any general cooking that you would have. Racks on this side, and when you get to the other side, rack down there. You've also got pot rack or another rack to hang spoons or ladles or that sort of thing. This rack right over here serves so that you've also got something to put your food or your Dutch oven or whatever on when you're done, so that you can still use this, keep it close to the fire. On this side, under the temperature gauge, you have a fully functioning oven. Okay? This oven, I've tested it. I've taken it up to 550 degrees. It's controlled by these two levers right here. This lever, actually right here, opens a damper, allows the smoke to come out, doesn't allow the smoke to circulate around the oven. Okay, that keeps your oven at a warming temperature of about 180, 200 degrees. If you open this bottom one, that forces the smoke around through the various channels that I have built into this stove, and that raises the temperature of your oven. Using a combination of these two, take a little bit of practice, but using a combination of the two, I've been able to keep this between 350 and 375 for upwards of 3 to 4 hours. Now again, you got to remember it's a fully functioning wood stove, so you're going to have to feed it every now and again to keep consistent temperatures going. And again, on this side, I've got another set of racks. You can, put dishes or whatever. You've got some hooks down here, again, for your silverware, your cutlery. A couple things that make this stove interesting, or not interesting, but make it at least semi-portable. All of these racks pop right off, and they all fit inside the rest of the stove. This one comes off, this one comes off, this one slides out. The damper's closed. The legs are an interesting addition to this one, the way that I did them. Not only to keep them within the confines of the smaller wood stove side right here, but I also wanted to make sure, if you've ever cooked on your stove, you don't have to bend over for this one. I've got them double pinned, okay? They pin in the top so that you can actually take the legs out for transport. But again, down here, you've got another 6 more inches on each leg that you can account for ground differences. And then, like the elk camp version, you can also adjust your feet from the top side. You don't have to lift this stove up from the bottom to try and adjust your feet. So you've got multiple ways that you can adjust the feet on this. Now this stove is heavier than what the other stoves are. This stove weighs in right at about 175 pounds. So it's not something that you are going to just want to throw in the truck. Well, in the truck, fine, but you may not be taking this on a four-wheeler up to your camp. But for those of you that do serious hunting camps, serious fishing camps, like Alaska, where it got its namesake, where you might have a separate cook tent that you need to keep warm. You might have a separate area where you're going to be cooking. This is the stove for you. You could easily prepare meals for 10 to 15 to 20 people on this stove and in this oven. Batch of biscuits in the oven, batch of gravy, sausage gravy, on the cooktop for breakfast, and then change it back over, throw a Dutch oven on it, keep it kind of on a low simmer for the day, and you're ready to go when you get home at night. So that's the Big Alaska model. Thank you guys for your time. Have a good night.